Well, hello, sillies, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Matt.
Ashley.
And today we are taking a look at, what is this? This is 107 facts about the Boondocks. So I'm curious to see what this is about because we've learned so much from our viewers about the Boondocks. So I'm interested to see what we know compared to, what they're going to teach us.
I'm Johnny at Frederator, and we're digging deep into the backstory of the Boondocks. Are you a diehard fan, or are you just curious what all the hype's about? No matter which level you're at, we've got you covered. So get ready, because we're counting down the 107 facts that you should know about the Boondocks. Let's get
107 facts. That's a lot.
Started. Number 1. The Boondocks began in 1996 as a syndicated daily comic strip by Aaron McGruder. He originally conceptualized it as a television show, but decided to start smaller and work his way up. Number 2.
We knew that.
We knew that.
From you guys. Actually, I was just talking to somebody recently about that.
McGruder originally hails from Chicago and after several moves ended up living in a predominantly white suburb in Maryland. This became the inspiration for the Freeman's main plot in the Boondocks. Number 3. He jokes that many articles cite different ages at which he left Chicago, but on the record, McGruder says he was only there when he was about a year old and did not spend a significant amount of time in the inner city. Number 4. In 1997, McGruder attended a convention of the National Association of Black Journalists, where he met Harriet Choice, the vice president of Universal Press Syndicate, who was scouting minority talent. Not long after McGruder provided some samples of his work, Universal Press Syndicate signed a contract with him. By April 19, 1999, the Boondocks launched in 160 newspapers.
How cool is that? Yeah, because I remember they were saying, fun fact, tidbit, it was
that
newspapers.
it was a comic strip first.
Yeah.
5. Oversized eyes and foreheads, McGruder's art style borrows heavily from Japanese.
Just found that on eBay, by the way. Found that.
That?
Yep, that.
Manga, which he loves. Now that is a cultural bridge. Number 6. Bridging over the Atlantic this time, McGruder's brand of comedy was influenced by Monty Python, and he has called The Life of Brian the most brilliant piece of satire ever. Number 7. Huey Freeman was named after Huey P. Newton, co-founder of the Black Panther Party for self-defense and icon of the Black Power movement of the late 1960s and early 1970s. Number 8. The Boondocks debuted on the hit list online in February 1996 before moving to the independent student newspaper, The Diamondback. The Diamondback was printed by the University of Maryland, where McGruder majored in African American Studies. Number 9. McGruder is well studied in political and social movements. In fact, Melinda Schoetevert, the professor of his Black Resistance Movements class in college, likened him to Huey, recalling that it wasn't long before he was giving her reading assignments. Number 10. During the comic's run in The Diamondback, a technical issue prevented it from being printed and instead was a giant oops. McGruder didn't realize until that moment that his comic was actually popular among a diversity of readers, and so he had to offer up an explanation. Number 11. The comic ran in the Diamondback newspaper until March 18, 1997. Number 12. After pulling the comic from Diamondback, the strip began appearing in The Source, a hip-hop magazine. Number 13.
The Source.
Remember that.
Yeah, that sounds familiar
Very
too.
familiar.
Yeah, because when I think we were talking about Jet magazine, somebody said Source. Yeah.
The comic had the third largest launch in comic history, just behind For Better or Worse and Calvin and Hobbes. Number 14. It had a circulation of 200 million daily and 300 million on Sundays, and sometimes moved out of the comic section into editorials. Some newspapers would even skip running it altogether from time to time when it touched on more controversial subjects. Number 15. It became well known for poking fun at serious issues, from violent hip-hop to civil rights leaders, though McGruder admits that even he steers clear of some subjects because he wants to work in Hollywood. Smart move. Number 16. In early 2006, McGruder handed the drawing of the comic to Boston artist Jennifer Sang, explaining that he was a better writer than an artist. Number 17. During the comic's run, Huey never smiled. Not even once. He was a real serious.
He doesn't.
Yes, somebody else said that in our comments. They were like, so...
He never... I think there might have been one time when he smiled.
Yeah.
Serious guy. Number 18. According to McGruder, the Freeman trio, Huey, Riley, and Granddad, represent the 3 different facets of the sort of angry black man archetype. Number 19. Following the attacks on 9/11, McGruder got even more politically intense, as if that were possible, with one issue that saw Huey calling the FBI to suggest that Ronald Reagan, George W. Bush, and Henry Kissinger as guilty parties. Soon after that, the Daily News banned the Boondocks for several weeks. Number time. In response to the censorship, Magruder replaced the Boondocks with a strip called The Adventures of Flaggy and Ribbon. It was an adaptation of a bit regarding the terrorist attacks performed by Chris Rock while at lunch with Magruder. Number 21. After having pitched the series as a show
That sounds like something Chris Rock and him would do.
Yeah.
for several years, Magruder finally struck a deal with Sony, who picked up the rights to produce a television series and a feature film based on the property. Number 22. Before allowing the series to be animated, though, Magruder wanted to make sure that he could do it right on his own terms. He even had a deal with Fox that fell through because the Boondocks is far from a primetime network show, so the pilot they created was far from what a Boondocks show should look like. Number 23. The 6-minute Fox pilot, which Magruder worked on from 2003 to 2004, was, in his words, a hellish experience and worked him into a zombie-like state. Number 24. Mike Lazo, the senior vice president of programming at Cartoon Network, got in touch with Magruder and asked to see the pilot. While he deemed it too networky, he gave Magruder the opportunity to make the show the way he wanted, on Adult Swim. Number 25. Among the factors that led Magruder to sign
On Adult Swim, but it just said Cartoon Network.
I think it started on Cartoon Network and then Adult Swim brought him over. I think.
Yeah, because he's...
way he wanted on Adult Swim. Number 25. Among the factors that led Magruder to sign with Adult Swim was their appreciation of animation. At Fox, the concern was not for peak animation quality, whereas Adult Swim encouraged him to make it look good. Who knew they were such art connoisseurs? Number 26. Magruder declared that the Boondocks show would not bleep the use of the N-word. He said, "I think it makes the show sincere. I understand the word offends a lot of people, but that's what late night cable is for." Number 27. Executive producer Reginald Hudland isn't really executive producer. He jumped ship after the Fox pilot, and his name pops up.
That's Wedgie. I think that's Wedgie. Aren't they talking about Reggie from BET?
But that's what late night cable is for. Number 27. Executive producer Reginald Hudland isn't really executive producer. He jumped ship after the Fox pilot, and his name pops up out of contractual obligation. Number 28. The series theme was composed by Ashiru, the Peabody Award-winning hip-hop artist, veteran educator, and founder of Guerrilla Arts Inc., an arts education organization specializing in bringing high-quality arts and cultural programming to low-income communities. Number 29. Regina King provides the voices for both Huey and Riley Freeman. At first, she was only tapped to play Riley, but the show producers were having a hard time finding someone who could match her as Huey. Ultimately, they asked her to try alternating back and forth between them, and they were blown away. Magruder says that
Of course.
Yeah, of course.
Everybody said that she's amazing.
Yeah, that was like one of our first tidbits that we learned.
Yeah.
Was that she did both voices.
having the brothers voiced by the same person helps them feel related. Number 30.
Yeah.
Alicia Keys nearly voiced Huey though, but had to drop out due to scheduling conflicts. Number 31. John Witherspoon, known for his role as Mr. Jones in Friday, voices Granddad. Magruder says that no one else could have played Granddad, as Witherspoon can both nail a catchphrase and balance out a dramatic scene.
I don't think so either.
Number 32. Several episodes make references to Friday as well, mostly by Granddad, quoting it or literally referencing John Witherspoon. Number 33. Granddad's full name is Robert Jebediah Freeman. Number 34. Witherspoon nearly voiced Uncle Ruckus until Gary Anthony Williams came along. The producers were won over by his voice, which brought a bigness to the role that they had been looking for. Williams had appeared on Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle and does an assortment of voice work, including being the announcer for the Eric Andre Show. Number 35. Williams was encouraged to do a lot of improv since he really understood Uncle Ruckus, so a lot of his jokes are actually ad-libbed. Number 36. Jasmine Dubois was played by Gabby Soleil. During the casting process, she was a final contender alongside a 30-year-old actress who sounded nearly identical. In the end, the role was given to Soleil because she actually was a child and was able to play the role more sincerely. Number 37. Soleil voiced Jasmine until season 4 when she was recast with Kiara Polis. It's been Polis's only role. Number 38. The first episode of the animated series aired November 6, 2005 to a record-breaking 1.5 million viewers, which Adult Swim had never before received for a premiering series. Number 39. With a
Oh, that just goes to show how popular that comic was, like how much the underground scene had respected him.
Right.
And this episode right here was hilarious. Remember?
God, yes.
He got a running start and just started drilling him in the nuts.
license fee of approximately $400,000 an episode plus marketing, the Boondocks became the most expensive show that Cartoon Network had ever produced. Number 40. One of the show's tactics was to create imagery that was captivating enough that it would make up for the unpleasant and often controversial things being said. That way, viewers who didn't care for the dialogue would still stay for the visuals. I guess you could could always watch it on mute. Number 41. Unlike the comic strip, which was always fueled by topical events and figures, the show was written in a way that it would be timeless so that it would survive into glorious syndication. Number 42. Another difference between the production of the comic and the show, the comic was a one-man job. While Magruder did write most of the episodes of the Boondocks series, he had to get used to actually working with other people. Number 43. Magruder often attacked black political commentator Larry Elder in both the comic strip and the television series. Elder published an opinion piece in response to Magruder's attacks where he coined the Magruder, an award for statements made by black public figures that Elder considers dumb, vulgar, and or offensive. Number 44. In March 2006, Magruder announced that he would be taking a 6-month hiatus from the Boondocks comic strip in order to put more time towards the animated series. Most distributors opted to replace a comic rather than publish reruns, and it was canceled not long afterwards. Number 45. Sony mostly let Magruder roam free, but wrangled him back at one point when they asked him to heavily cut an episode that saw Oprah get kidnapped. Magruder obliged.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I do remember that episode.
And they said he obliged.
Stating that a fear of Oprah is healthy. Number 46. The episode Guess.
Wow, and how true is that today with like people talking about Oprah, like Kat and Chappelle. Just a lot of people have brought Oprah's name up in Hollywood.
Pose coming
have a little fear of Oprah, apparently.
to dinner used the track Gold Digger by Kanye West. Magruder had included the track in a cut that was meant to convey the tone of the scene but not make it to air. However, Adult Swim and Sony liked it so much that they actually acquired the rights to keep it. Number 47. The animation for the show's fight scenes are inspired by other anime, including Cowboy Bebop and Samurai Champloo, both of which have also aired on Adult Swim. Magruder finds the style to be more cinematic. Number 48. Another reason that Magruder opted for the Eastern animation style was to differentiate Boondocks from the style established by the standard of adult animation, The Simpsons. Number 49. The second season of the Boondocks actually features segments animated by Japanese animation studio Madhouse, who are also responsible for Death Note. Number 50. The episode Pause features a character named Winston Jerome, who
Pause. Oh gosh, we're gonna have to watch this again at some point. This is too good.
was a clear reference to Tyler Perry. So clear, in fact, that Perry was outraged. Number 51.
Yes, he was
Apparently,
pissed.
producers had
Yeah.
anticipated this issue and taken steps to prevent it, such as having Magruder change Jerome's original name, which was a more obvious play on Perry, and bury the episode further in the season when it was slated to be the premiere. Number 52. Ed Wunkler's grandson, Ed III, was voiced by Charlie Murphy, actor and brother of Eddie Murphy. Number 53. While the
know
comic
that.
strip focuses the most heavily on Huey, the show gives most attention to Granddad, Uncle Ruckus, and Riley, with Huey more so doing the narration and playing the straight man. Supposedly, that's how Magruder intended it before 9/11 changed the strip's topics and his focus. Number 54. Magruder aimed to keep the comic strip and series separate in order to prevent them from being dependent on one another. Number 55. For instance, the show cut Huey's best friend Michael Caesar and introduced Uncle Ruckus. Number 56. In the 2006 episode Return of the King, Martin Luther King uses the N-word, something Reverend Al Sharpton objected to. He felt it defaced the name of Dr. King and wanted the producers to apologize. The controversy over the episode was later referenced in the cartoon strip and in the TV episode The Block is Hot in a morning radio announcement. Number 57. Dr. King was voiced by voice actor veteran Kevin Michael Richardson, known for countless voices. Such examples include Uncle Grandpa's Mr. Gus, Nickelodeon's Ninja Turtles' Shredder, and American Dad's Principal Lewis. Number 58.
Principal Lewis.
I didn't know that.
All right.
Okay, we're learning.
Following Rosa Parks' death in 2005, Magruder removed several rough-hewn references to the civil rights leader from an upcoming episode of the show. Number 59. Aaron Magruder had public fights with BET over the years, and because of that, he developed a few Boondocks episodes that poked fun at the network. Magruder has stated in interviews that the reason he goes after BET is because, in his opinion, the network executives failed to elevate the network's standards. Supposedly, 2 episodes that attacked BET were banned, though Cartoon Network has alleged that was not the reason. Number 60. The first episode that poked fun at BET was The Hunger Strike. This episode actually never aired on TV and was DVD exclusive. It featured a character named Deborah Leavell, named after BET's chairman and chief executive Deborah L. Lee, and Wedgie Rudland, based on
Wedgie. Wedgie. Right here, Reggie.
E.T. President Reginald Hudlin. Number 61. The second episode was the Uncle Ruckus reality show, which features Uncle Ruckus, who received his own reality TV show from BET. Number 62. The Boondocks episode The S Word is based on a real-life event at the Jefferson County High School in which a teacher called a student the derogatory word. Number 63.
God, that one was such a treat for us. To watch the show and then have you guys tell us that teacher was real.
Yeah, we were blown away.
Wasn't that something to watch? That was so freaking funny. He was like,
I was blown away that was actually real.
Yeah, and then how he was saying it again, and they nailed it perfectly.
Yeah, they did.
Left-wing activist Rollo Goodlove was voiced by musician CeeLo Green and modeled after Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson. Number 64. Riley's teacher, Mr. Petto, was voiced by actor Fred Willard. Willard would later appear in Magruder's next show, Black Jesus. Number 65.
Which if you've gotten this far, you're not subscribed already, please do so. And we are aware of Black Jesus. It is on our board. We will be checking it out eventually over at our Patreon page. Check the link in the description below. We will see you over there. We got shows like Martin, Drawn Together, Chappelle Show, the Boondocks Season 4. Lots of good stuff. So
check it out.
Scrubs' Donald Faison voiced Wedgie Rudlin. Number 66.
I know him.
According to the F5, Scrubs' Donald Faison
that was the dude from Clueless with the braces.
Yeah.
appear in Magruder's next show, Black Jesus. Number 65. Scrubs' Donald Faison voiced Wedgie Rudlin. Number 66. According to the episode, It's a Black President, Huey Freeman, nobody knows how old Granddad is. Not even himself. Number 68. Carl Jones, voice of Thugnificent, is also a co-executive producer on the Boondocks, as well as Hogan Knows Best and the Black Dynamite animated series. Number 69. Comedian Bill Maher made a cameo appearance in the episode It's a Black President, Huey Freeman. Number 70. In It's a Black President, Huey Freeman, Granddad's plea of "Don't tase me, bro," is a reference to a 2007 incident that occurred at the University of Florida. A student named Andrew Meyer was tasered by campus police after refusing to leave a forum in which presidential candidate John Kerry was speaking. Number 71. Sung-Hoon Kim, who directed several episodes of the show, has also worked as a storyboarder on Legend of Korra and on Uncle Grandpa as the oversee director. Number 72. A pimp named Slickback was voiced by comedian Cat Williams. Number 73. Ed Winkler III's buddy Gin Rummy was voiced by the one and only Samuel L. Jackson. Number 74. Rapper Mos Def voiced the Boondocks rapper Gangstalicious. He is based on the late Jim Kelly's portrayal of Mr. Williams from Bruce Lee's movie Enter the Dragon and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's character Hakeem from Bruce Lee's movie Game of Death. Number 75. In the episode Attack of the Killer Kung Fu Wolf Bitch, Luna speaks of the comic, which is a real thing. It is a freestyle sparring or fighting in martial arts. Number 76. Comedian and actress Aisha Tyler voiced Luna. She is best known as Lana on Archer. Number 77. Attack of the Killer Kung Fu Wolf Bitch features the song Never Gonna Give You Up, which was popularized by Rick Astley. Number 78. The episode had Bob Hathcock as supervising director. He's done other work on other shows, like being an animator on such shows as Scooby-Doo and Scrappy-Doo, and animation timer on Sonic the Hedgehog and Duckman. Number 79. Mactastic and Phenomenal of the Lethal Injection crew are voiced by actual real-life rapper Snoop Dogg and Busta Rhymes. Number 80. The episode Invasion of the...
Yeah. I'm not sure if I knew that was Bustle Boss.
What?
Bustle Boss.
Katrinians featured Cedric the Entertainer as cousin Jericho Freeman. Number 81. The episode Riley Was Here featured an art teacher voiced by Rob Paulson, who was an homage to actual painter Bob Ross. Number 82. The Boondocks has won numerous awards, including Peabody Award in 2008, an Image Award in 2011, and BTVA Television Voice Acting Award in 2015, as well as appearing on top show lists from IGN and the New York Times. Number 83. Granddad's former friend Mo Jackson, featured in the episode Wingmen, was voiced by Mike Epps. Epps also worked with Granddad's actor John Witherspoon in the Friday movies. Number 84. In several episodes, a slow rendition of Jabba the Hutt's theme music for Star Wars plays as a theme song for Uncle Ruckus.
Yep.
Yes, you guys told us that. I do remember, and then we were always like, dude.
Yeah, that was another early on
Yeah.
tidbit Easter egg that everybody gave us.
Number 85. Ghostface Killah appears on Stink Meaner Strikes Back as the ghost of Ghostface Killah, who isn't actually even dead.
I did not put those two together.
No?
I did not know that was Ghostface Killah playing
I did.
this
I don't even
character.
know who that is.
From Wu-Tang. I'm almost positive.
Dead, but still has a ghost face. Number 86. Cindy McPherson, who premiered early in the comics run, didn't appear in the animated series until season 2. She is voiced by Tara Strong, who has basically voiced everyone else ever. Number 87. The episode Story of Jimmy Rebel is about the eponymous racist country western singer who was based on the actual racist musician Johnny Rebel. Number 88. Bushido Brown features the...
God, talk about an uncomfortable episode.
Oh my god, that was...
Woo!
I think that was the most uncomfortable episode.
Yeah, we were like a minute in and just, man.
Jaw dropping.
And then I was like, oh my gosh, let's hear it.
Okay, we were like, whew.
But you guys laughed along and with us and stuck with us.
Of course
so thank
you
you.
did.
Thank you. Well, hey, they know what's funny.
Yeah. They know what's
They
silly.
know what's up. Yeah.
The voice of Black Dynamite actor and creator Michael J. White. Number 89. The episode Smokin' with Cigarettes featured a character named Lamilton Tayshaw. Lamilton is a parody of a real boy named Latarian Milton, who stole his grandmother's SUV and beat her up for refusing to buy him fried chicken. Number 90. Magruder wanted to get Asner after seeing him on Curb Your Enthusiasm and was surprised that Asner actually decided to come in. Number 91. The episode A Date with the Booty Warrior featured director John Landis as a voice. Landis is known for directing such classic films as Trading Places, Animal House, and Michael Jackson's Thriller music video. In the episode, he plays the leader of the counseling group. Number 92. The Story of Lando Freeman was the episode in which a man claims to be the long-lost son of Granddad. This son was played by actor Gerald Johnson, who would later play Black Jesus in Aaron Magruder's future series by the same name. Number 93. Granddad's short-lived girlfriend in Lovely Ebony Brown featured Firefly's Gina Torres as Lovely Ebony Brown. Number 94. The episode It's Going Down featured a character named Jack Flowers, a parody of the character Jack Bauer from the TV series 24. Number 95.
Told you.
Oh, well, yeah, we knew at the time it was 24, but I didn't know Jack Bauer, Jack Flower, and flowers,
I knew
whatever.
it was 24.
That was too funny.
The season 3 episode, The Fried Chicken Flu, featured parodies of popular chicken franchises. Colonel's Fried Chicken was based on Kentucky Fried Chicken, Bluto's Chicken was Popeyes, Temple's Chicken was Church's, and Chick-fil-A was Chick-fil-A. Number 96. The 4th season of the Boondocks wouldn't air until 2014, 4 years after season 3 ended. Number 97. Aaron Magruder had no involvement in season 4 at all. An official statement from Adult Swim claimed he was cut when a mutually agreeable production schedule could not be determined. However, it has also been said that he was fired. Number 98. Following Magruder's departure, Angela Nissel took over the bulk of the writing in season 4. She was previously a writer and co-executive producer on Scrubs. Number 99. Studio Mir took the reins as the animation studio for Boondocks season 4. They're known best for their work on The Legend of Korra. Number 100. Unfortunately, season 4 was met with a lot of negative reviews, many saying that the show no longer felt like itself without the original creator on board. The voice actors shared a similar sentiment, saying there was a void left by Magruder's absence that only contractual obligation could fill. So, a little less Frank Darabont leaving Walking Dead, and more Dan Harmon leaving Community. Number 101. The Boondocks series concluded with a total of 55 episodes. Number 102. The character of Pretty Boy Flizzy was inspired by musician Chris Brown. Number 103. We meet Ed Wunkler II for the first time in season 4. He's played by Sam McMurray, who had previously appeared on the show as the principal and as partygoer in the first episode with Ed Wunkler I. Number 104. The episode Breaking Granddad was a reference to the TV show Breaking Bad, but instead of meth, Granddad cooks up hair products that are even more dangerous than meth. Number 105. Breaking Granddad lacks a writing credit, which caused the LA Times to speculate that perhaps Magruder himself wrote it, and they just watched his name from it. After all, they already watched his name from everything else that season. Number 106. The episode I Dream of series is a spoof of the Spike Jonze film Her. Number 107. In 2013, Aaron Magruder attempted to kickstart a live-action Uncle Ruckus movie. It was set to explore a side of the Ruckus family separate from what was seen in the TV show. Unfortunately, the project fell $70,000 short of its $200,000 goal. Thank you for watching.
Wow, 70,000 short. It fell 70,000 short of being produced. You would figure, his Hollywood connection, somebody could have came up with 70 grand.
Right.
Or could have just gone to the bank and gotten a loan. Maybe
that's a big loan, though.
Maybe they just didn't have enough faith or trust behind that it would do well.
Yeah, I mean, it's Uncle Ruckus.
Yeah. I don't know, but either way, it would have been hilarious to see.
I would have seen it.
Yeah, for sure. And guys, like I said earlier, if you want to see more, especially all of season 4, head over to our Patreon page, link in the description. And we will see you guys over there along here on YouTube. And we will see you guys in the next one. Until then, well, goodbye.
Bye.